Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Vakrangi Limited Q1 FY22 earnings conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Dinesh Nandwana, Managing Director and Group CEO. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Good day, dear ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure to greet you all once again on behalf of all our board of directors and senior management. We begin by thanking all of you for having spare time in joining us here today to discuss our first quarter earnings for the financial year 2022. As with respect to our business strategy, we are back to our growth path and we are showcasing strong growth and improved financials every quarter-on-quarter basis. There has been robust growth in revenue as well as profitability as on quarter-on-quarter basis as the COVID situation normalized, as well as our e-commerce services like online shopping, online healthcare and other services have become fully operational. Further, the company has leveraged technology and process automation initiatives which have resulted into enhanced profitability. Over the last few years, we have undergone a huge transformational journey whereby we have made transition from non-exclusive stores in store format outlet to highly recognizable, standardized, exclusive, branded, next-gen format outlets. We have successfully launched 11,900 plus next-gen Kendra and are on track to deliver 25,000 plus operational Kendra before March 22. I believe we have reached an inflection point and from here on we foresee a strong growth momentum in terms of financial as well as operational growth over the coming years. We believe we are all now well poised and have a clear visibility for a strong growth journey in the next few years to come. We have recently launched our next 5-year growth plan and future business guidance through our Strategy 2.0 document. Our Strategy 2.0 document highlights our next 5-year growth targets and operationals and financial deliverables in detail. This document focuses on the core business of physical network of next-gen Vakrangi Ken. The strategy plan document does not include any contribution from the digital mobile app platforms. Our vision is now set to create a world largest franchisee-based distribution channel in India with a strong focus on rural India. We are confident to deliver very strong growth over the next 5 years as our network would grow from 11,900 to 25,000 outlets by March 22 and to 75,000 outlets by March 26. We estimate that our gross transaction value would cross $50 billion on an annual basis over the next 5 years and number of transactions would cross 1 billion transactions annually. This will result into significant growth in revenue and profitability as our business model is an asset-light franchisee-based model with a strong operational leverage. Our cash-adjusted return on capital would improve significantly. We believe our brand awareness and store awareness has increased significantly during the period of COVID-19 pandemic as our Kendras have been open and are providing key essential services in their neighborhoods, due to which we believe we shall emerge as the stores of choice for our customers for all their essential needs. Further now, as the situation is improving, we expect our business growth momentum to significantly improve and be better going forward. Due to our enhanced visibility during this lockdown period and aggressive marketing campaign, the company has received an overwhelming response on the same and has received huge number of new inquiries for next-gen Vakrangi Kendra model. Further, with respect to future visibility on number of next-gen outlets, I would like to say that we have received 150,000 inquiries. Therefore, we have a clear visibility of reaching 25,000 operational next-gen outlets before March 22. Commenting on financial performance, our revenue from operations stood at 150 crore, year-on-year growth of 127%. EBITDA stood at 34.07 crore, year-on-year growth is 67%. Profit after tax stood at 23.33 crore, year-on-year growth of 96%. Going forward, as the environment normalizes, we expect the financials to keep improving as more and more next-gen outlets become operational. As the stores get more and more mature, we have been able to maintain a robust balance sheet with debt-free status, and entire capex has been funded through internal accruals. We will witness the benefit of strong operating leverage as our costs would remain at the same level until we reach 25,000 fully operational outlets. Thereby, strong operating leverage to result into significant improvement in profitability. Our quarterly throughput crossed rupees 10,700 crore, whereby our quarterly number of transactions crossed 2 crore 70 lakhs. We have further implemented process automation and technology initiatives resulting into enhanced profitability. Going forward, we shall witness growth on three paths, which is increase in number of outlets, activation of all services across outlets, and then maturity of the services over the period of time. I am pleased to share that our company has launched an online digital platform to enable seamless services for the consumer at the comfort of their home. We have recently launched a mobile super app-based business platform, Bharat Easy App, India Ka Super App. It is currently a beta version, and we intend to go fully operational live by October. So this we have evolved into a unique online to offline platform, whereby there is a assistance available through the physical Kendra network along with digital online services. The company has initiated this unique hybrid proposition with launch of first digital service of telemedicine services. The company plans to make many more services live through this platform. By downloading a single Vakrangi Bharat Easy Super App mobile application, our customer would get access to a wide array of products and services, which would significantly reduce their requirement to switch between multiple apps. This would be superior customer experience and convenience for the customer. A unique differentiator and sustainable competitive advantage is whereby our digital super app platforms would be able to leverage the Vakrangi on-ground ecosystem, a vast, well-diversified pan-India level 11,900 plus physical store network of Vakrangi as a point of physical assistance, especially to consumers of semi-urban and rural remote locations. The unique proposition of digital along with physical would help the digital channel to scale up fast and would significantly reduce the cost related to acquiring customer, physical assistance, order fulfilling, and return management of online orders. Further leveraging physical presence would result into better customers interaction, strong brand recall, and better service experience and trust for the customer. We are also impaneling global consultant to understand the online market landscape and evaluate the opportunity size for Bharat Easy Super App. Further to strategize the best way to unlock value for all the stakeholders. Update on ESG and integrated annual report assurance. Further, our company has successfully in benchmarking our performance on a wide range of industry-specific economic, environmental, governance, and social criteria that are relevant to the growing focus on business sustainability and financial relevant to the corporate success. Global recognition reflects company's commitment to further enhance its corporate governance and transparency standards. Company has achieved global recognition across various platforms for its superior ESG performance and long-term business sustainability. During this quarter, we are extremely proud to say that the Vakrangi was recognized globally as a ranked number 1 in the Sustainalytics ESG risk rating ranking out of the 806 companies assessed in the software and service industry across worldwide. Further, for financial year 21, we are releasing our second integrated annual report along with reasonable assurance certification from third-party independent auditor Grant Thornton India LLP. We had appointed Grant Thornton to carry out reasonable assurance engagement and provide independent assurance on the non-financial performance information presented in our annual integrated report for the financial year 2021. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our shareholders for their support. We can now open the floor for question and answer session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to withdraw yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to limit their question to one per participant. If time permits, you may join the queue for any follow-up. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. First question is from the line of Sachin Gupta as an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, sir, and congratulations for a good result. It seems that Vakrangi is now back to track with the numbers. The growth seems to be back to pre-COVID level. Can you please brief on revenue growth of current financial year? Please provide your guidance on your strategy for future, and also can you throw some light on strategy document which you have released?
Hi, thanks for this. So as we discussed in the initial speech also that we are getting back on track to the pre-COVID level growth path. So now since the situation has normalized and all our services have become operational except for there is some slowdown typically in the travel services, but except for that now more or less all the services have stabilized and have been fully operational at the outlets. So that is where we are experiencing the growth coming in, and therefore you are seeing the same thing coming up in our revenue as well as profitability, because there is a good amount of operating leverage inbuilt in the system, because with the same cost expenses we can leverage or grow up to at least 25,000 stores. So definitely there is going to be a significant impact in the profitability as we grow. In terms of the revenue guidance, what we are saying is currently we are 11,900 stores, and our this year target, that is before March 22, our target is to reach 25,000 outlets. So we are more than doubling the number of outlets in terms of our overall stores in this financial year itself. So automatically there is definitely going to be a significant impact to our revenue, as well as because of the operating leverage that comes in, the profitability will have much better impact than the revenue growth. So maybe our revenue growth by X, but the profitability may grow by 2X. So that is where, because we do not normally give any financial guidance, I won't be able to give you any specific number. But what we are saying is the current growth momentum shall continue. Every quarter-on-quarter basis also we should see at least 20-25% of incremental growth coming in. That is what we foresee with the way our store rollout plan is happening. Because as we discussed, almost more than 150,000 inquiries are already in the bucket, and we are picking and choosing the franchisees. So we are in a very fairly comfortable position. With respect to the second part of the question, that what is the strategy 2.0, so this was a recently released document where we had given a roadmap of our next 5-year growth strategy. So our target is over the next 5 years we want to increase our number of outlets to 75,000 stores covering each and every district of the country and each and every postal code of the country. So we want to become the largest distribution platform specifically in rural India. So currently we are present with 11,900 outlets. We are present in more than 520 districts out of 740 districts in the country, and we are present almost in approximate 5,000 postal codes out of the 19,000 postal codes. So the idea is to reach across pan-India basis, across each and every postal code. We need to have our physical store in place. And second thing is with the current GMV. So if you see in last year we ended up with almost a $5 billion of GMV, almost 37,000 crore of GMV. And this first quarter itself, our pace has been fairly good. We have crossed 10,700 crores in terms of our quarterly throughput, quarterly GMV. So if you see the total transaction value, currently we are at a run rate of crossing more than 40,000 crores on an annual basis. So our target on a 5-year basis is that if we continue at the same pace and the way we multiply our number of outlets, we would be crossing a throughput of or a total transaction value of almost $50 billion on an annual basis, and almost 1 billion transactions on an annualized basis. So currently, if you see, first quarter we have crossed 27 million transactions. So with around 11,900 stores. So we are fairly confident that this growth is sustainable. We are seeing very strong traction in all the services. So we are seeing even on the e-commerce side, whether it is health, whether it is online shopping, or whether it is mobile recharges and other services, all services are now picking up fairly well, in addition to our core services, which is banking and ATM services. So we have given a positive guidance, and we stand by with that the number of outlets will move from 11,900 towards 25,000. Our endeavor would be to complete it before March 22. But the official guidance is by March 22 we intend to complete that. So automatically you can expect our revenues to increase in a similar proportion, but profitability will have a better proportion because there is a operating leverage kicked in. So that is what I can give from a financial guidance perspective. And in operational guidance, I have already shared from 25,000 also over the next 5-year period, the target is to reach 75,000 outlets with a pan-India presence. I hope this answers the question.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Harsh Srivastava as an investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah. Firstly, I would like to congratulate you for good results, and I'm happy to see that Vakrangi is back to the growth path. Sir, I would like to know that how can we expect the growth in the coming quarters? And also, can you brief on the long-term growth plan? Yeah. And what would be the number of outlets we are expecting in the future?
So basically, as I discussed in my previous answer also, see, basically we don't give any particular financial guidance as such, but what we are saying is that from the operational front, from the current base of 11,900 stores, we ramp to around 25,000 stores in this financial year, and by March 26, our endeavor is to reach 75,000 outlets. That is the public guidance through our Strategy 2.0 document which we have shared. As of now, the way we are seeing the inquiries in place, because we have been doing a lot of marketing campaigns and aggressive marketing specifically in tier 4 to tier 6 kind of locations, we have received a huge amount of inquiry bucket in place. So almost more than 150,000 inquiries are in place. So that gives us a good enough buffer or a cushion where we can easily achieve our current year target. We are not losing this momentum. We are continuing the aggressive marketing campaign so that we have the clear visibility of ramping up to 75,000 stores over the next 4 to 5 years. In terms of the revenue and profitability, you would definitely see every quarter-on-quarter growth, because if there is no major hurdle by another pandemic or as such, our stores are now much better in position. The role is now becoming more monopolistic because many other small businesses or standalone services have actually gone down, whereas a unique store like us, where we are providing multiple lines of products and services under one roof, that importance has increased more than ever. Because a normal standalone travel agent or a standalone money transfer agent, his viability has gone for a toss because of this pandemic situation. And actually everyone is looking out for some kind of business model which is kind of providing essential services and is much more sustainable in nature. So our business model strength has come out very well during this pandemic, because our banking and ATM services are essential services and they were operational even during the pandemic period. and that has given us a huge brand recall or a strong brand awareness, specifically in rural India, and that is where the local village level entrepreneurs want to set up a business like Vakrangi Kendra. So we want to make sure that we don't lose this momentum and build on this. So with respect to our number of outlets, as I said, 11,900 go to 25K. From 25K, the roadmap is to reach 75K. In terms of our financial guidance, we don't give any financial guidance as such, but the revenue growth and profitability growth is here to continue, and every quarter on quarter you will see decent amount of growth from our side, keeping in the mind the current environment as it remains. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Amit Kumar as an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for giving me the opportunity. Could you provide the color on what could be the growth size for the business? What new services we are expecting to be added in the future?
So, if you see basically the services, last pandemic, when the pandemic started, we actually started adding the healthcare services. So we already had online pharmacy, and we added the VHealth, which is the part of the CVS Pharmacy Group, which is a Fortune 5 company. So we added the telemedicine services where you can do complete telemedicine consultation with expert doctors in your local regional language, along with home blood test facility, as well as medicine vouchers, that is online pharmacy. Post that, if you see, we have tied up with couple of private banks. So earlier, if you see, Vakrangi has always been doing banking primarily for all the public sector banks. So we have been a partner to banks such as Bank of Baroda, Bank of India, Union Bank of India, Punjab National Bank. But we were not having any partners in the private space, whereas in the last couple of quarters, basically we have done tie-up with the SDM Bank, which is State Bank of Mauritius, as well as the NSDL Payments Bank. So we have tied up, we have got couple of private banking partners also on board. And at the same time, if you see in terms of new services, we have also done a tie-up for CIBIL verification services. So we have done a tie-up with TransUnion CIBIL organization. So where the small entrepreneurs in rural India will be able to get their CIBIL score done through our outlet. So that service is yet to be made live, but that is a tie-up which we have already done, and the integration is in process. And very recently, we have also done tie-up with the EduSaksham, which is an online education services. So that is another line of services which we are adding. So in the next couple of quarters, you will see these services becoming live. Apart from this, couple of more services which we are planning to add is one is definitely on the agri side. So we are planning to add some kind of agri product, online sale of agri products, also something like sale of seeds or pesticides and those kind of products. So we are in discussion for those kind of services apart from our regular services. So these are few couple of services which would be getting added over the next couple of quarters, and we don't want to add multiple services at one go, because our franchisees are the rural level entrepreneurs, so their bandwidth, their training is very much important, and we typically add one service in a quarter. That is our typical way of adding any new service, because once we add the service, we do a complete training exercise, whether it is online training or a virtual training or a physical on-ground training. So based on that, typically we like to add one service or at max two services in a quarter or two. So that is how we look at it. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, due to paucity of time, we'll be able to take the last two questions. The next question is from the line of Rahul Jain from MKR Securities. Please go ahead.
Good evening. I have just one question, that the outlet number has not been increased in the current quarter. What is your current plan for the financial year and long-term plan? So can you just provide the guidance on that?
Yes. So if you see, basically, typically what we do is every one quarter there is focus on the number of outlets. So we then focus on stabilizing those stores and make focus on the service activation part. So typically our the pattern is we do 1 quarter of focus on increase in the number of outlets, and the next quarter, the very next quarter, is focus on stabilization of those outlets and doing the service activation. So from 10,000 odd outlets, if you see in the March quarter, we ramped up to almost 11,730 outlets. So we opened almost 1,700 to 1,800 stores. And in addition to that, we have added another 200 stores which became operational at the start of this quarter. So around 2,000 odd outlets, if you see, we made during the quarter overall. But we have also done the service activation and training part. So in the coming quarter, which is the September quarter, you will see a good amount of additions coming in. And then again, December would be focusing more on the activation of the services. And then again, March quarter, you will see a big lump coming in terms of service number of stores. So rest assured, we are very comfortable with the guidance of our 25,000 stores because we have a good visibility. We have the franchisee selection done. We are done their due diligence in place. We are in the payment collection period right now. So we don't foresee reaching 25,000 as a challenge. So rest assured, we will be crossing 25,000 stores before March 22.
Thank you. We'll take the last question from the line of Parthiv Jhonsa from NVS Brokerage. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, hi. So congratulations on the good set of numbers. Just had a couple of questions from a broader perspective, actually. About 2019-20, we had about 3,500 stores, and that time we had given a guidance to reach maybe, at this time around, say, 45, 50 odd thousand stores. And then, the multiple times the guidance were revised, and right now you sound pretty confident to reach this 25,000 store target by this year. And just wanted to understand, will we be on track, even going further? Because 2 years back it was, the company had told 45,000 stores, and we have yet just reached about 12,000 odd stores right now.
Yes. See, basically you have to understand that one of the key factors here was also that we lost this almost 1.5 years in this COVID pandemic because no franchisee wanted to set up a store during the pandemic. That was one of the key hindrance also that we faced at the time. Because any franchisee wanting to start the business during the pandemic only with banking and ATM services, then his viability can also go for a toss. So everyone was little bit hesitant. But now once they have realized, okay, banking and ATM businesses are doing fairly well and now other services are opening up. So right now we are having the traffic where franchisee wants to set up the store ASAP. So right now the problem is opposite. Now right now they want to set up the store at the earliest. They have done the payment also and they want the store to be set up very fast. So with respect to, yes, there was a slowdown over the last 18 months. But right now in the situation where we are in, 25,000 is a no-brainer for us. We easily foresee that we will be able to accomplish it maybe 1 or 2 months before March 22. Yes, with respect to therefore as I said that we have received 150,000 inquiries and we don't want momentum to die, and therefore we are continuing on our aggressive marketing campaign so that we get more and more inquiries and leads in place so that the funnel is always capable to manage the kind of output that we require. So from 25,000 we want to go to 35,000, 45,000, 60,000, 75,000. That is the way our guidance has been there. So we are making sure that we have the funnel in place where we have X amount of inquiries and leads in place where we can pick and choose so that the quality of the franchisee is also not compromised. We want to have the best kind of franchisees in place in the respective locations. So right now with respect to our 25,000, there is no challenge. We are fairly confident that we will achieve it 1 or 2 months before the targeted timeline. With respect to our next year target, which is FY23, we are already doing the marketing campaigns so that we are building a funnel so that we at any point of time we have more than 1 lakh to 2 lakh fresh inquiries in place where we can do the pick and choose so that at least 10% conversion also we are able to make 10,000 stores at any point of time. That is the thought process.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last question for today. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Amit Sabharwal from Vakrangi for closing comments. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Yes. Thank you everyone for taking time out and attending our conference call. We seek your support, as you all the shareholders have been part of our growth journey and have stayed with us during this testing time period. But I think so right now we have reached an inflection point where you will be seeing every quarter-on-quarter growth in terms of financial parameters, which is revenue and profitability. At the same time, you will see the operational excellence in terms of our number of store rollout. And very soon, we would like to be the country's largest rural distribution platform, specifically focused in Tier 3 to Tier 6 kind of locations. For any queries, please feel free to write to us, and you can contact us at amit@vakrangi.in, or you can also, there are details available on our website for you to reach to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Vakrangi, that concludes this conference. Thank you all for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.